Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityaṁ bhāgavata-sevayā. Bhagavati Uttama-shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtike. Ārādhayo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanayas Tadhāma Vrindavanam. Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadhu Vargena Va Kalpita. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumartho Mahan. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu Matamidam Tatra Dharana Paraha. Jai Śrī Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Kṛṣṇa Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Tat Sat. Thank you so much, dear worshipable devotees, for joining. We are reading Granthrat Srimad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 10, entitled The Deliverance of Yamala Arjuna Trees. So, yesterday we were discussing how these two sons of Shri Kuvera, Nal Kuvera and Manigriva, were enjoying, so-called enjoying in this Mandakini Ganga, playing with women, intoxicated, and proud of their association with Lord Shiva, proud of their beauty, proud of their father, proud of their wealth. And in short, Prabhupada mentions a beautiful line that just by taking bath in Ganga, one will not get purified. Rather, what attitude one has, what consciousness one has, one's mental condition. Prabhupada used the word. Everything spiritual and material depends on one's mental condition. In short, one's consciousness, one's state of mind. In our attitude determines our altitude. Prabhupada mentions the nectar of instruction. The advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. Attitude is same as the intent or the consciousness. So that all is covered. Now we'll move to the next verse, which is text number 5. And read this verse. Yadrichaya cha Devarṣi Bhagavan tatra Kaurava Apashyan Nārado Devav Shivanau Samad Buddhyata. Translation in purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Maharaj Parikshit, by some auspicious opportunity for the two boys, the great saint Devarṣi Nārada once appeared there by chance. Seeing them intoxicated with rolling eyes, he could understand their situation. Purport: it is said, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koi, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta 22.54. Wherever Nārada Muni goes, any moment he appears, at which he appears, is understood to be extremely auspicious. It is also said, Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavana Jiva, Guru Krishna Prasada Paye Bhakti Lata Bija. According to their karma, all living entities are wandering throughout the entire universe. Some of them are being elevated to the upper planetary systems, and some are going down into the lower planetary systems. Out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master. By the grace of Krishna, by the mercy of both Krishna and the spiritual master, such a person receives the seed of the creeper of devotional service, Śrī Caitanya-caritāmṛta 19:151. Nārada appeared in the garden to give the two sons of Kuvera the seeds of devotional service. Even though they were intoxicated, saintly persons know how to bestow mercy upon the fallen souls. Hare Kṛṣṇa. So now, until this point, the scene was only describing Nalakuvera and Manigriva, their situation, what they were doing, what they were, the garden, the lotus, and all that. Till the first 4 verses, there is no description of anyone. It's primarily the first a question, and then there is description about Nalakuvera and Manigriva. But now, the topic changes. Topic changes, and there is appearance of this great personality. Who? Nārada Muni. And Prabhupada shares multiple verses about the glories of Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha is very, very important. Very, very important. The most important limb in bhakti. Even more important than chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa is Sadhu Sangha. If one is chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa but does not associate with devotees, it's like a fan which is moving, but the plug has been taken out. The power button has been, turned off. The fan will move. One will say, okay, my fan is moving, but the power is out. It just gradually will stop. But on the contrary, if one has Sadhu Sangha, but currently, let's say, is not chanting, not following the regulatory principle, not, into the path of Krishna consciousness, but if he just continues Sadhu Sangha, it is just a matter of time that that person will also start to follow the principles of Bhakti Yoga. So very, very important link. Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Hoye Sadhu Sangha. Bhakti ke Janma ka Mool. That means the root of birth of Bhakti is Sadhu Sangha. Now one may say, well, I have received the seed of the Bhakti. Brahmanda Bhakti. I have, let's say, initiation, or I know devotees, I know senior Vaishnavas. I have started to chant. Now I don't need anything. No. The next line, Krishna says, Krishna Prema Janmai Puna Mukhya Anga. To awaken love of Godhead, what is the main limba or anga is Sadhu Sangha. Bharat Maharaj, when he went to the forest, just think about his glories. He was completely detached. He was so attached to Krishna at the stage of bhava, very, very exalted person. But he got captured by the affection towards deer, and he was not having good association there. He was in a solitary place. Otherwise, someone would have told, Baba, you came here for bhakti or Krishna consciousness, not deer consciousness. So, and there are multiple such examples. Even a Jamil story, right? If he would have association of devotees, someone would have told him, why are you so overtly thinking about, okay, you saw that lady was not doing good things. Okay, now keep moving. Okay, now back to, bring your mind back to track and keep moving. But since he did not have that good association, again, fell into the trap. So a lot of lessons are there from this. But Nārada Muni, great souls, saintly persons know how to bestow mercy upon the fallen souls. Prabhupada is writing such a beautiful line, the last line of the purport, that they know the art to give bhakti to others. Such pure souls, they sometimes may come without reason, as mentioned here, and they understand our in and out. Just by seeing Nalakuvera and Manigriva, Nārada Muni could understand their whole situation, that these two boys are basically, puffed up. And whenever great souls come, it is a very, very auspicious opportunity. Prabhupada is writing It is an auspicious opportunity. So when we get such opportunities to associate with devotees, especially the senior Vaishnavas, we must be very eager and hungry for that, because that is the essence of all the scriptures. Sarva Shastra Koi. Love Mata Sadhus. Even little association can help us a lot. Any other comments? Anyone has?
Hare Krishna प्रभु जी.
Yes.
जैसे प्रभु जी इसमें लिखा हुआ है कि नारद जी जो हैं उन पुत्रों को, कुबेर के दोनों पुत्रों को भक्ति लता बीज प्रदान करने के लिए वहां पे प्रकट हुए, जबकि वो पतित आत्माएं थे. तो नारद जी ने उन्हीं को क्यों चुना, जबकि वो मतलब इस तरह का उनका बिहेवियर था, और भक्ति लता बीज भी उनको देने के लिए उन पे क्यों कृपा करी और क्यों उनको सिलेक्ट करा उन्होंने?
वेरी नाइस क्वेश्चन. बहुत अच्छा आपका प्रश्न है.
Thank you.
तो Prabhupada, I'll take the example of Prabhupada. Prabhupada, why he picked the American hippies? Prabhupada said, I have brought my dancing white elephants. And when he brought to India those Western devotees. So generally people want to become like Nalku and Manigri, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wealth, they had unlimited. Sons of Dhanada Atmaja. Beauty, they had a lot. Women, opposite sex, they had a lot. Good family, they had a lot. What do people want? Good health, good wealth, good beauty, good home, good car, good bungalow. So when such people, who the majority of the world is aspiring for, when they take to the path of Krishna consciousness, right? So Prabhupada, why Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur told him to go to the Western country? He said London at that time, because at his time London was quite prominent, but Prabhupada understood the principle, and at that time, in Prabhupada's time, New York was very prominent, US. So he came to US. And the idea is, and Prabhupada tried a lot in India, but no one took him seriously. So much, struggles. But when he brought the white American devotees, because Indians and when the world was following them. So in this case, when a person whom people are trying to be, like in contemporary situation, Westerners, in this situation, like kind of Nalakvir Manigriva. So great souls may sometimes causelessly, and therefore the word used is yadrichaya. That's what the words begin. Yadrichaya. It has one meaning by chance, or it is like basically causeless. Mercy is causeless also. So sometimes there is no reason. They just pick, okay. And sometimes you may think, I remember in school, the most naughtiest child, they would make the class monitor. Aadha shor to wahin kam ho gaya. Half of the noise is gone, and this guy is the monitor. So now he has to discipline others. So he has to at least be quiet, right? So the point is, again, it could be causeless, but and the compassion. Think about compassion. If someone who has so much wealth, beauty, and is like lying in the gutter. So it's a nice family, connected to Lord Shiva, wealth, beauty, everything is there, but you're lying in gutter, enjoying these, what's that? These are the sources of misery. What's that famous words? Yehi sansparsha jab hoga dukha yoneva evati adi antamanta konteya nateshu ramate buddha. These pleasures which arise from the perception of senses have a beginning and an end, and great souls do not take pleasure in these pleasures. So, but Narad Muni saw that these people are bereft of spiritual knowledge. They're spiritually blind. So, and it's their duty. It's not that Narada Muni only picked them. Narada Muni picked Hunter also. Right?
Antya.
Narada Muni picked little boys also, Dhruva and Prahlad. So Narada Muni is a classic who has thousands and thousands of disciples. And at different times he picks different people causelessly and to set an example for the world that whether one is rich or poor, young or old, healthy or diseased, wealthy or poor, male, female, anyone and everyone can basically take to Krishna consciousness. And anyone and everyone can become a pure devotee provided they take sadhu sangha and the mercy of Guru and sadhus and Krishna. These are some thoughts, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Any other thoughts, comments anyone has?
Also, Prabhuji, there might be like previous life they have done good bhakti or seva somehow. So this lifetime they get the association of Narada Muni.
Yeah, probably. Probably they may have done some agyata sukruti, unknowingly something pious, spiritual. Nice. Okay, so with that, let's move to text 6. Maybe Vipul Prabhu and Supradeep Prabhu can read this and share it and read.
Also, devotees, pranam all goes to Śrīla Prabhupada. Tam drishta vidita devo vivastra shapo shankito vasanshi pradhu shidram vivastro noivo guho kau. Translation by His Divineness A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai.
Upon seeing Narada, the naked young girls of the demigod were very much ashamed. Afraid of being cursed, they covered their bodies with their garments. But the two sons of Kubera didn't do so. Instead of not caring about Narada, they remained naked. Hare Krishna.
Back to Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So, quite straightforward. Tam drishtva. Tam means Narada Muni here. Drishtva means seeing. So, they were in water. We were discussed. They means here Nalkuver, Manigriva along with other women. And they were like mad elephants, throwing water, playing, and basically trying to enjoy bodily, lower material, short-term pleasures, which are, as we just discussed, ये ही संस्पर्शजा दुःखयोनेव एवति. दुःख का source है. They are the sources of misery. These pleasures are the sources of misery. These are not real, and everyone knows that in the world. Theoretically, experientially, whatever way. That there is no real pleasure in the bodily pleasures. The real pleasure is in Krishna consciousness. So the girls still had some sense of culture. They covered their bodies. But the two sons of Kuvera, they are so proud. Whenever a respectable person comes, we should offer respect, right? Either they may be senior in age, like father, mother, uncle, grandfather, anyone senior in age. And there's a whole class, multiple classes by multiple devotees on culture of respect. Respect is, if anyone is senior by age, irrespective of what they're doing, even if they are drunkard, we have to respect, our senior persons. They're respectable by position. They may be young, but let's say they are the governor. You have to respect, right? They may be senior by spiritual qualities. You have to respect. They may be senior by maturity, senior by spiritual initiation, and multiple other ways. Knowledge, right? If one is a teacher, if one is like, let's say you are 50 years and your son's teacher is 30 years, but you have to respect that he or she is guru. They're teaching some valuable thing to our kids. We have to respect they may be young. So in the point here is that Nalkur and Manigri ignored the guru, or in this case Narad Muni. And can anyone share any other examples where the guru was ignored or devotee was ignored and it led to downfall or it led to problems? They did not pay respect or attention to devotee, and it resulted in a lot of problems for them.
The Indra, right, Prabhuji? He ignored Brihaspati and he fell down.
Indra ignored Brihaspati. Yeah, Brihaspati came to his court and Indra was busy in enjoying the dances of the Apsaras. Very nice example. And then later he had to practically lose the whole kingdom. Very good.
There is another example of Lord Shukracharya, I think. Lord Shukracharya and Indra.
Shukracharya and Indra.
I think.
No. It's a Rishi Durvasa and Indra. And Indra shows Rishi Durvasa gave some flower to Indra, and Indra gave to his elephant.
Elephant. Oh yes.
And
a garland. Yes.
Durvasa gave birth immediately to every god, so that Lord Devi Lakshmi, Goddess Lakshmi left immediately.
Very nice point. This comes in the Bhagavatam before the story of Samudra Manthan begins. That's how this story begins. When Durvasa gave the garland to Indra, it was not just a garland, it was a garland like a Mahaprasad from the deities, from Krishna. So we must take it with a lot of respect. And recently, as Grace Pran Govind Prabhu was mentioning, whenever we get the flowers offered to Krishna, we should take it with a lot of respect and smell them nicely. It even increases one's lifespan, what to speak of other spiritual benefits. So Indra gave it to the elephant. Hey, I had a lot of big pearl and diamond necklaces. I don't need this flower. So he took it lightly. An elephant, what does elephant know?
Not in show respect.
Yes, not show respect to the garland. He gave it to the elephant. Elephant trampled over. All this Durvasa got to know. And finally, Indra had to lose his position. Very nice example. Thank you, Supradeep Prabhu, for sharing that. Somehow your network is a little. So I think the
point. I have one question. So why people give cards to others to show their position? In that story, Durvasa can live easily and leave it on fate. That whatever he does, he will get by God. But why he needs to take the ownership and give cards to Indra? Because we should not give cards to others. Whatever good deeds we have done, then that will be vanished.
It's a very good question. In this case, let's talk about this case. Why Narada Muni cursed to these two people? Why he cursed? That's primarily your question. He should have like, okay, is there a problem? Why worry about them? Right? Is that your question? Right? Okay. And
Yes.
Prabhupada is going to beautifully answer that in the next one or two purports. So we will read that very, very shortly. And I don't want to leak the suspense. Prabhupada is going to answer that in the next one or two purports. But just to cover the contents of this verse, so the girls covered their bodies, but the two boys, they felt we are special. We don't need. They did not show any respect to Nārada. They did not show any respect. Great souls don't demand respect. They don't say, hey, you must respect me. You must respect me, otherwise I'll curse you. They don't say like that. They command respect. Narada Muni was not carrying a bow like a on his chest, wearing a shirt. I am the guru, and everyone must bow down to me. Right? They are the most humble. They give all respect to others and expect none in return. Amanina manadena. And that's how a devotee should be. Amanina manadena. Give all respect to others, but expect none in return. It's very hard to do that. So in short, to ignore a Vaishnava is basically an offense, especially in Vaishnava of the stature of Narada Muni. One must never ignore a Vaishnava. So whenever we see Vaishnava, we must offer our prostrate obeisance, bow down, greet them, welcome them based on time, place, situations, properly address them, speak kind words and things like that, give them some water, something based on the time, place, situation. But here, these two people, they did not, they were busy in the water. So let's see, and Supradeep also asked a very nice question, which will be covered in this verse. So let's see what happens and why it happens further. Text 7. Anyone feeling inspired to read?
Hare Krishna devotees. Todrushta madhiramato Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam suratmajau tayor anugraharthaya sapam dasyana idam jagau. Translation. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Seeing the two sons of the demigods naked and intoxicated by opulence and false prestige, Devarṣi Nārada, in order to show them special mercy, desired to give them a special curse. Thus, he spoke as follows. Purport. Although in the beginning, Nārada Muni appeared very angry and cursed them, at the end, the two demigods, Nalakuvera and Manigriv, were able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, face to face. Thus, the curse was ultimately auspicious and brilliant. One has to judge what kind of curse Narada placed upon them. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives herein a good example. When a father finds his child deeply asleep, but the child has to take some medicine to cure some disease, the father pinches the child so that the child will get up and take the medicine. In a similar way, Narada Muni cursed Nalakubera and Manigriv in order to cure their disease of material blindness. Hare Krishna.
So much, Mataji. Any thoughts, any additions you want to make, any comments?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Whenever, as a parents, whenever our kids, they do anything wrong or sometimes we become a little strong to them and we can say a little rude to them to rectify them. So like this, Narada Muni Narad Muni has they cursed. Narad Muni has cursed the two Manigriva and Nalkubera for their purification, and at the result, they both they are on in front of Lord Krishna, and they are always looking. They are always seeing Lord Krishna. So even if the pious people, they have to do so many austerity and so many so many things, but they cannot take everyday darshan like this. However, the two peoples, they have they got the opportunity. So it's like it's not the it was not a curse. We can think it was the blessings. Prabhuji, I don't know, I am right or wrong, but it was my thinking.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for so nicely reading this verse. So, Pradeep Prabhu, did you hear this and read?
Yes, yes.
Does
I
it
heard
answer
it.
your question?
Yes,
To some extent?
but let God decide about them. But Narad Muni is not God, right? Narad Muni should have the control on his emotion. This is the emotion, right? He shows that this is he is distracted by those guys. So in Krishna Bhakti, people should have calm and quiet. They should not be impacted by material world also. In this case, Narad Muni is getting impacted by the views of material things.
Yeah, it's a very thoughtful comment you made, that great souls should not be impacted by modes, right? Satogun, Rajogun, Tamogun.
Yes.
But let's understand a little bit more to clarify this point. Bhagavad Gita also says, Trividham narakasya dwaram nashnam atmanah kama krodhas tatha lobhas tasmat etam triyam tyajit. There are three gates to hell: kama, krodha, and lobha, lust, greed, and anger. And in at least 10 plus verses in Bhagavad Gita, this krodha is kind of said how bad it is, how it blinds one, how it kind of kills one's intelligence, how one falls into the pool of material world. This krodha is very, very disastrous. But we also have to understand, Mahatmanasto mam partha devim prakritim ashritaha. These such Mahatmas are not under the material energy. They are under the divine energy. They are not affected by these situations. And he did not curse because he was venting out his frustration. Generally, people when get angry, it is basically to vent out what is in their heart, right? And there is hardly any benefit for the other person, right? But this anger is not the anger. Prabhupada beautifully used the word Narad Muni appeared very angry. Appeared very angry. In short, his heart is full of compassion. He cannot see the two wonderful gentlemen, acting like pigs. These pigs do these activities. That a great soul cannot see the lowly condition, the suffering of the conditioned soul. Therefore, sometimes they may speak heavy words, which are not curse, which is basically a medicine. It is like a medicine, as Prabhupada is mentioning. The father finds a child deep asleep. Who is the father here? Guru. Pure Vaishnavas. Who is the child? The jivas, like us, who are caught up in this material world. Then Someone may say, hey, why do you go for book distribution? Right? If God wants, then people will come naturally to Krishna consciousness. But God has given this kind of, ISKCON is like the embassy. God has given this to great souls, to the Prabhupada, that you take this charge. Yare dekhe tare kahu Krishna upadesh. Krishna is saying, you take this charge and share this message. So, devotees like Nārada Muni are the pure representatives of God. They know the heart of the Supreme Lord. And they are even more merciful than God himself, or Krishna himself. Therefore, sometimes they may even speak harsh words just to uplift, just to, like the father wakes up the child. The child is sleeping. The child does not want to get up. Everyone likes sleep, especially, the kids can sleep 10, 12, 14 hours. They don't want to get up. Hey, why are you waking up? I was, peacefully there, angry, throwing tantrums and whatnot. But the father says, oh, open your mouth. I will put this medicine in your mouth and your disease will get cured. So throwing tantrums is like the medicine, which is sometimes bitter, is like the curse here of Nārada Muni. And what is a disease? The disease is, Prabhupada is writing, in order to cure the disease of material blindness. Materially, we are blind. Spiritually, we are blind. We think this world is everything. We think this world is meant to eat, sleep, enjoy. We think this is our everything. We think we'll take everything with us. We think life is meant to just eat, sleep, and be merry. But there is a higher purpose. And that disease is cured by the pill of holy names, which the spiritual masters like Nārada Muni, Prabhupada, etc., they give. Even if the child sometimes may not like it. Why? Because they're the messengers of God. They have a sacred purpose to share, to cure. They are like spiritual doctors. In Jagannath's case, this is given. Why Jagannath ji comes from the street? He can be just peaceful in the temple. Because he's so merciful. He knows that people are so diseased that they don't even want to come to the doctor. They're so diseased. When the doctor comes to the patient and say the emergency treatment, the patient is so sick, the doctor comes to the home. So people on the beach, like we do in Clearwater Beach, we do Rath Yatra, all the devotees. So people on the beach, what is their main purpose? They're like Nalkuvera Manigriva, right? Hardly any clothes, beer, alcohol, they are smoking, drinking, opposite sex, right? And they basically have gone there not to see Jagannath. They have gone there to just so-called enjoyment, is it not? But Lord Jagannath and his devotees are so merciful. Hey, take this holy name. Hey, take this Krishna Prasad. Hey, have the darshan of Lord. That's their compassion. That's their compassion. To help cure that material blindness. Otherwise, those people, because like we are spiritually brothers, right? And from the soul connection, we are all brothers. If one brother has somehow lost connection from the father, a genuine brother would not just say, okay, let him live, let him be lost. A genuine brother knows the mood of the father. And what is the mood of the father? To bring the brother back to the right place. And that is basically at the lotus feet of Lord. To understand that, hey, my brother, you also have a great father, Lord Jagannath, Lord Krishna. He's our true father. You have somehow forgotten that. Jiva jago, Gaura Chandra bole, Kota nidra yao maya pisha chira kole. Energy oshadi maya nashibara lagi, Harinama Mahamantra, lao tume magi. I have come with this aushadi, medicine, talking about the medicine here, Prabhupada mentions. I've come here to remind you that you are also an eternal spirit soul, part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Please take this medicine. Please understand your true nature. You are not meant to live like a pig. You're meant for a much higher purpose in life, my dear child. Please come. And come to this place of true happiness. So a true brother cannot let the other brothers just be in Maya and say, okay, maran de unko. To hell with them, right? Some people are like that. But that's not our Gaudiya Vaishnava mood. Gaudiya Vaishnava mood is, and we are Brahma Madhav Gaudiya Sampradaya, Nārada Muni also comes in that Sampradaya, is a mood to help others based on the best of our capacity and share this message to bring them from the state of from darkness to light. Asato ma satgamaya, tamso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. From darkness to light, from mrityu to amrita. This is Krishna consciousness. This is preaching. This is sharing. And a genuine person tries one's best. And this month is coming, the Amodar month. We should try our best. This is the mercy of Radharani, mercy of Lord Krishna, freely distributed just by offering a small, act of offering a lamp. Small, it takes 2 minutes only. Let's ask thousands of people, hundreds of people, whomever we meet, please offer this lamp. It takes only 1 minute, or a candle, or whatever is easily available, and get the mercy of God. Why? For your own good. If someone offers a lamp, what do we get? Do we get something? What do you think? We get the mercy of Krishna. We make Krishna happy. We make Guru happy, and they get their blessings, right? But ultimately, that person who does that get a lot. So this is the mood. This is the mood of Narada Muni. Does that help? The Bhakti Shakti. He is the Bhakti Shakti. Shakta Vishavtar. Does that answer, Prabhu, your question?
Yes, Prabhu. Today I was overspoken. Sorry for that.
Oh no, you're not over speaking. You are asking your genuine questions, which is good. We want devotees, friends, to ask what is in your heart. It's absolutely fine. Please don't feel sorry or anything. It's good. Through you, we are all able to hear this, including myself, to remind us that we should share more and more. So don't feel sorry, anything. It's no question is bad question. You are very sincere and genuine.
Yeah, I want to add one more thing.
Please.
That even like back home in the past, even teachers used to beat us because even they are not relative of those things, but they took the ownership and they're thinking that they are kids. So for our correction rectification, they used to beat us, rebuked us. So that is actually the duty of the real teachers, real well-wishers, somehow to bring the kids back to the right path.
Very true. It is the duty of the teachers, well-wishers, to help us get on track. And think about, this was not actually a curse. If we have to choose amongst two options are given, what will we choose as spiritualist? Enjoy like Nalkuver Manigri for 10,000 years or 100 years or whatever, or even 1 year be in Rajadham and you get to see Krishna's all pastimes live as he's performing. What will be your 10,000 years of celestial enjoyment or 1 year of Krishna's joyful pastimes? What will we pick? Or what we should pick as spiritualists?
Krishna's.
Yes, Krishna's pastime, because Krishna is the source of all rasas. He's the source of all Ananda. And that's what Prabhupada is mentioning. At the end, the two demigods, Nalkuvir and Manigriva, are able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. The first line of the purport. This was not actually a curse. Prabhupada is writing, this curse was ultimately auspicious and brilliant. Ultimately, it was very auspicious and brilliant. It was a brilliant idea. It was not like a revenge or an outburst of his lower, mode of ignorance. Some people say, hey, you hurt me, I'll tit for tat. It was not like that. It was not that Narad Muni felt disrespected. Hey, how dare you disrespect me? Now I will treat you a lesson. No, it was not like that. It was seeing that their situation, these two people are thinking they're enjoying, but they're really suffering. It reminds me of a story of Prabhupada. One time Prabhupada was in London. Prabhupada, downtown London, quite busy, very, very busy. People are rushing here in the morning sun, like afternoon, 12, 1 o'clock, with their sophisticated suits and ties and laptops and briefcases and running here, running there. Prabhupada started to cry, really crying, tears pouring from his eyes. And devotee didn't ask at that time what's going on. When they came back to the quarters and there was an appropriate time, this devotee asked Prabhupada, is everything okay? Can I get something? Or are you well? And then he asked finally, like, why, you were crying? Did you see something like spiritual or some, So Prabhupada replied, didn't you see? He said, like, what, Prabhupada? People are struggling so hard and they think they are enjoying. And the people want to follow, I also want to get a job in the London Stock Exchange or whatever in downtown London with sophisticated ties and suits. But that's not real happiness. But people are running after that, thinking that's real happiness. So great soul cries for them out of compassion. That they don't know what is real happiness. Well, I'm not saying the message to give up jobs and family, but the point is we understand real happiness. We don't have to do the job to take care of the needful, but that should not be our thing which gives real happiness. The real joy comes from bhakti. The real joy comes from sadhu sangha. The real joy comes from devotional service. Therefore, this was not actually a curse. It was a brilliant, Prabhupada is saying, auspicious and brilliant, because he was getting chance to see Krishna face to face. And if one sees Krishna face to face, guess what? One will not have to face Maya. One will be free from the cycle of birth and death. And that's a real success of life. Any more thoughts before we wrap up for today? Any comments, additions?
Prabhuji, you have used an analogy like how Lord Jagannath every year with his brother and sister go for Rath Yatra. Really, it was very nice. Means for the for that why Narad Muni have caused the two demigods like Manigriva and Nalkuvir. So it was really very nice.
Thank you, Mataji. It's all glories to our Guru Parampara. I just repeat what I heard. So I'll pass on your credits to them.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
And it fits very well because we do Rath Yatra at beach and everyone is like Nalkuvir and Manigriva there.
Yes.
Especially in US, they are smoking, they are drinking alcohol, they are all these things. They have very little clothes, and it just fits so well.
Yeah. So that all the people they can get mercy of Lord Jagannath. Yeah.
Yes. And therefore, this should be the mood of all the devotees. And therefore, devotees like Sudhir Prabhu, Vipul Prabhu, they go out, distribute books, distribute the holy name. Everyone is trying their best. Even I think Upendra Prabhu also went last time, Shilpa Mataji. All of you are doing by sharing books, asking them to offer lamb, hosting home programs. All these are different ways to share that mercy. So we should also try to develop that mood. We cannot like Nārada Muni, we are not like Prabhupada, neither we can be ever be, but at least we can do our tiny part.
Yes. Yes.
So thank you for sharing that, and thank you for your thoughts. Any last comment? Okay, so we will pause here and continue tomorrow. Grantraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Kartik Damodar Mas ki jai. Shri Nārada Muni ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Samavita Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo
Namo Namah.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much.